Vivek Ramaswamy's campaign has announced that they are done spending money on advertising, even though we still have a couple weeks until the primaries and caucuses begin, but they have officially pulled all their money out of their TV ad buys. After pledging that they were going to spend $10 million on these ad buys, they only spent $2.2 million, and now they're like, nope, you know what? We're done. But they tell us it's not because the campaign is going down in flames very slowly. Oh God, no. They're telling us now that this was always the plan. Even though they had announced we're gonna spend $10 million, they spent $2 million. They're like, no. It was always the plan to not spend money on TV ads once we get right to the end. Here's what, this is Tricia McLaughlin, the campaign's press secretary, told NBC News. She said, quote, "We are focused on bringing out the voters we've identified. Best way to reach them is using addressable advertising, mail, text, live calls, and doors to communicate with our voters on Vivek's vision for America, making their plan to caucus and turning them out. As you know, this isn't what most campaigns look like. We have intentionally structured it this way so that we have the ability to be nimble and hyper-targeted in our ad spending." So let me get this straight. You're saying that even though you'd already said you were going to do one thing, you're totally going to do something different because that was always the plan, and you're hyper-targeting people that already support the campaign. Yeah. You see, let me go ahead and have to explain it to you because clearly you don't understand this. Let me tell you why that's a very dumb idea. Because you're admitting that you're going to target people that already support your campaign. So what are you doing? Like, why do you need to spend money to go talk to people and knock on their doors when they've already told you, yeah, I'm going to vote for him? That seems kind of dumb. What you need to do is actually reach the people who say, yeah, I'm not a big fan of him right now. Those are the people you need to talk to. Those are the doors you need to knock on. You know, the people who maybe haven't made up their minds. But instead, you're like, no, we're just going to talk to the people who already like us. You know, there's friendly conversations. It's easy. We know these people. We already got their phone numbers and their addresses. Like, you couldn't run a worse campaign. Unless, of course, your name is Ron DeSantis. Yes, his campaign is still actually ahead of Vivek Ramaswamy, but his campaign is dying faster. Ramaswamy's is more of like a slow death, you know, a very painful, bleeding out type, like, oh, you think you're fine. It missed all the vital organs. Yeah, but you're hemorrhaging. The blood is just squirting out of you. You're going to have to admit that you're not going to last much longer. Ramaswamy's campaign is now struggling, of course, to attract new donors. They are struggling to attract new voters. His recent touting of conspiracy theories surrounding January 6th did not help him the way that he thought it would. So his campaign is, like Ron DeSantis and Chris Christie, dying out. And they're trying to pretend that everything is okay. You know, they are the band on the Titanic. We're just going to keep fiddling as the boat sinks to keep everybody calm. We know we're doomed, but we're going to pretend like everything is okay until, of course, everything is underwater and it's all history from there. Ring of Fire has fresh content 7 days a week, so if you want to be reminded about it, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell to be notified every time a new video goes up.